Hello and welcome. This is Shaima, Marketing Relationship Manager with Quantum Title. In today's episode, we will discuss home loans with the financial advisor Daneele Coby from First Word Home Loans. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Our
It's actually a very overdue conversation, a conversation between a mortgage advisor and a title representative, because a lot of people don't realize that they need title and mortgages when purchasing a home. So I'm really happy to be here to answer some very popular questions that we get from our clients once they're referred to us by our realtor partners.
Before we dive in, we would love to know, what does a financial advisor do?
All right. So a loan advisor typically works with a financial institution and will kind of evaluate a client's credentials to see the best loan product for them.
And then, how does one get qualified for a mortgage?
So in this day and age, technology is our friend. So a simple click on a link, we evaluate three things. So we typically look at your credit, we look at your income, and then we also look at how much money you have saved. Everybody is different, once again, so you don't have to have all three perfect, but we're here to kind of figure out what you need to work on, if anything at all, and then what you're qualified for.
All right. How much money would someone need to close?
So a lot of people are actually under the impression that they only need their down payment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Quite contrary, that's like a third of what they'll need. They'll need the down payment, right? But they'll also need some prepaids towards their taxes and insurance. And then they also need the actual finance charges, right? Like that's also a cost. So we always tell our clients to save towards at least 10% of whatever your sales price at a minimum. So if you're thinking of buying something for 100,000, then you should typically save towards at least like 10,000.
So you mentioned before that you have to look at different criteria to determine the best loan product. Can you give an overview of different types of loan products?
All right. So traditional loan products are like, FHA and conventional. That's what a lot of people are familiar with. And those loan products like FHA have a down payment minimum of 3.5%, or a conventional loan has a minimum down payment of 3%. But there are a whole vast array of different kind of loan products. For example, for investors who don't necessarily have your traditional income, right? So we have investor products, we cash flow products, we have asset depletion products, which just all look at different criteria, different ways of income coming in. We also have other loans that might not need your credit score to be perfect, or if let's say you've had a foreclosure, if you've had a bankruptcy, right? We have loan products that are forgiving to those things, or maybe forgiven in a shorter period of time than your traditional loans. So there are different kinds of loan products depending on each person's circumstance.
So, just to wrap it up, are there any costs to anticipate after a mortgage?
So the beauty of a fixed mortgage, right? A fixed mortgage will not increase. Like once you lock into a rate, your mortgage itself, principal and interest, the payments are consistent. However, a lot of people have their mortgage with their taxes and insurance bills in. And so if your insurance goes up and your taxes go up year over year, then your payment will increase. But like I said, the beauty with a mortgage, it's not affected by inflation, right? So unlike rent, your mortgage will stay the same unless you refinance it.
Thank you so much for joining us today. That was really useful information.
It was my absolute pleasure, and I'm looking forward to listening to all the other guests that you have on the show, kind of breaking down and explaining all these little intricacies with purchasing and real estate and financing. If anybody has any questions, they can also reach out at any time to me.
Thank you so much for watching this. If you feel like this information was useful, please feel free to share and subscribe to our YouTube channel.